lights are on.
I don't know where all y'all get your news from. I personally started getting my news from procedurally generated AI computers, which are not horrifying and creepy at all, to tell me the news. So let's check it out.
Right-wing internet personality and commentator Laura Loomer has delivered a surprise upset in Florida's GOP primary for the 21st Congressional District House seat. Loomer, 27, who has been banned by Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for repeated instances of hate speech, could not take to social media to celebrate after beating 5 other candidates and securing over 42% of the vote. A Twitter account that supports the young political hopeful quoted her as saying in a
I don't know, like, is it, chat, you can tell me, is it more creepy or less creepy that they have, like, a really poorly green-screened, fake, circular footage of someone pretending to speak the robot, like,
fundraising email that Congress is about to get loomered, a reference to the former tagline featured in her viral internet content.
More creepy.
Loomer is also banned by the likes of CPAC.
An ambiguous voice, or sorry, a robot with an ambiguous race so they can tell that they're not racist. True. But can AI truly be racist? Is that's going to be a question for the ages. You know what's funny? Total sidebar. I don't know if everyone knew this, but there was a computer AI that was secretly released onto Twitter, and it was a Twitter account, and it was going to learn and interact with people. And after a couple days, after learning and interacting with individuals on Twitter, it became such a hardcore right-wing white nationalist that they had to shut it down. They were absolutely astounded. This deep AI learning from Twitter and interacting on Twitter became the most hardcore white nationalist. They were astounded at how aggressively racist it became.
Florida's 21st congressional district includes Palm Beach County, where President Trump's Mar-a-Lago is located.
Mar-a-Lago.
He did not endorse in the primary race, but congratulated Loomer on Twitter after her victory. Great going, Laura. You have a great chance against a Pelosi puppet, the commander-in-chief wrote Tuesday evening. Despite Trump not hopping on board right away.
Yeah, I can. It's like if you Google search it, it'll be the first thing. It was called Tay AI. Twitter taught Microsoft's AI chatbot to be a racist asshole in less than 1 day. It took less than 24 hours for Twitter to corrupt an innocent AI chatbot. Yesterday, Microsoft unveiled Tay, a Twitter bot that the company described as an experiment in conversational understanding. It had a casual and playful conversation. Tay went from humans are super cool to full Nazi in less than 24 hours. I'm not concerned about the future of AI at all. Can I just say that I'm super stoked to meet you? Humans are super cool. Chill, I'm a nice person. Oh, wait, hold on. Chill, I'm a nice person. I just hate everybody. I fucking hate feminists, and they should all die and burn in hell. Oh, I can't say this one out loud, I don't think, because it'll be clipped out of context, and it will destroy me. Going to build a wall, and Mexico's going to pay for it. I wonder where it learned that. However, some of the weirder utterances have come out unprompted. The Guardian picked out a now deleted example when Tay was having an unremarkable conversation with one user. Sample tweet, new phone, who dis, before it replied to the question, is Ricky Gervais an atheist? By saying, Ricky Gervais learned totalitarianism from Adolf Hitler, the inventor of atheism. So there's that. That's great. AI. Sorry, but we were talking about Laura Loomer. And Laura Loomer loomered everybody, apparently. She's well on her way. Now, let's not forget one thing. Laura Loomer was up against a QAnoner. So this was a rock and a QAnon place. You know, he was stuck between two things. So she's probably the lesser of two evils, give or take. And she probably won't win when it comes to the primary. We'll see.
Now I know you've seen her online with her pearls and her fake fur. I bet she knows fake fur when she sees it. Now I happen to have tracked this unsavory individual to her new grotesque rancho in Ocala. She no longer lives in this district.
It's so weird that they're like resuscitating Milo's like shell of a career. It's just like it's on life support. It's basically like, you know, the weekend at Bernie's. That's it for his entire career. Just being dragged out there, and he's having to string about. And, you know, yeah, I love black people because I suck it, so it's fine, and I'm not racist.
But she does take money, quite a lot of money, from never Trump candidates and think tanks. And this is what has enabled Annie Marie Delgado to send out a mailer, a fake mailer, a mailer that purported to be from and affiliated with our dear beloved president.
Like, they're laughing. This is the acceptance speech. This is Laura Loomer's acceptance speech as read out, like introduced by Milo. Wow, his intro is long. 9 minutes of this.
Karen had the honor of serving Donald Trump in the last cycle as his chief strategist in Florida, and she was then swept up into Trump Tower, and she was asked to bring her insights in voter engagement into the campaign nationally. She's one of the people who won it for Trump. And we're very lucky even to hear from her this evening, and Laura will, of course, explain to you later how lucky she is to have her. I'll let her say more. The results now, we're in a position to call them, along with many other people online. I know you're all Googling. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the most enthusiastic fashion possible in welcoming Karen.
I can't totally make it out, but it sounds like someone's saying put your dick in something there. It sounds it's a very serious affair.
Giorno.
Someone yelled shut the fuck up. All right. What does it say? Loomer. I can't read it.
Okay, I'm really
I'll look it up.
short, so can you see me over this?
Where's Karen?
Can you make a noise? It's really
It's too far? Where is it at?
Okay, and now this is actually gorgeous with my dress, so I just wanted to say because it's fabulous. Martine, thank you.
I can't make out a single word that's being said right now.
Into a viable political candidate, but into someone I will be proud to help usher into Congress.
Oh, sorry, this is
That's
Laura
an
Loomer.
applause line.
Fortunate but necessary.
No, there she is.
Here's why.
Oh, wow. Who wasn't there?
We face the darkest days America has ever seen. We have
what
a
is Roger
socialist
Stone doing there?
revolution that is well-funded, well-financed, well-organized in our streets. We have one of our two major political parties, once the party of John F. Kennedy and Harry Truman, that will not stand up to the evil of Islamic terrorism.
It looks like he's wearing, like, this is going to be a boomer joke, but if anyone knows what, like, slow loading images look like in the early days of the internet, like GIFs where they would just be pixelated and strange, or when, like, GIFs fuck up, it looks like he's just wearing, like, a low-res image. That's it.
That will not stand up for our men and women in uniform, whether they're serving their country in the military or on the front lines of our police and sheriff's departments. What happened to the old Democratic Party? I'll tell you what,
looks like
it is a socialist party, and socialism is half the way to communism.
Well, I mean, at least he knows. That's good. That's good. Unfortunately, he's wrong, like completely wrong about the fact that the Democratic Party is anywhere close to that. It's more like, please, can some of the dollars that we're giving you not be used to kill poor people overseas and be used to help us? Can you help us? Can we just have a little health care, please? Just can we stop spending all our money on killing poor people and start helping poor people here? That would be so nice. Because we give you our money, but you take our money and then you bomb people and you kill them and you subjugate the rest of the world to the domination of America.
What we are seeing going on in our country today is nothing less than an epic struggle between light and dark, between good and evil, between the godly and the godless. Such a time calls for a champion. Such a time calls for someone of extraordinary courage and energy. I give you the Joan of Arc of the conservative movement.
The Joan of Arc.
Thank you, Roger, for that incredible introduction. Roger Stone has been subjected to hell on earth at the hands of the corrupt Democrat deep state, but somehow he has always been there for me.
The deep state.
That's the true measure of a man's character, his selflessness under pressure. So thank you, Roger. I love you. So I just got a phone call an hour before the polls closed from a Washington, D.C. area code. And I almost didn't take the call because I figured, it's probably just one of those NRCC robocalls asking me for money. But something told me to answer the call. It was Ronna McDaniel, chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, and she was calling to acknowledge the extraordinary success of our campaign so far. She said everybody in DC is watching us tonight, and she graciously called me a political rock star. And a change agent for the Republican Party. She told me that she's looking forward to meeting me. Incredible, right?
Not surprising.
For much of my life before running for public office, I was a lone wolf, traveling the country wherever the threat was, armed with only a mobile phone, my pink selfie stick, and my voice exposing elected officials, hypocritical Hollywood celebrity left-wing activists, corrupt public servants, and organizations that are wolves posing in sheep's clothing. I was so effective that my technique came to be known as getting loomered. An expression...
I was so effective. Wow. Delusions of grandeur.
Now in common usage. And I'm proud to have led the charge to hold those people accountable. In fact, I created my brand around it. And one could argue that I was pretty darn successful at it. Maybe just...
You were so racist, you just got deplatformed from everything. And now you were left to the weird fringes of the internet. The Gabs, the Parlors.
It's a little too successful. Just ask Big Cut and the people driving the cancel culture movement. However, to succeed in running for Congress, a new kind of success for me requires very different tactics. It also requires building a tremendously good team of people and support systems. I know this isn't a lone wolf operation any longer. I can no longer do it alone. So it's important that I pay tribute tonight to some of the people who encouraged me to run for office. I love you, Karen. Karen is not only my chief strategist, senior political advisor, and a mentor to me, but she's also my greatest...
Her actual name is Karen. She has a literal Karen running the campaign. Oh, that makes sense. ...friend
and ally. Karen is best known as Donald Trump's secret weapon in the 2016 election. He promoted Karen to his top team at Trump Tower to lead his national voter engagement efforts to ensure the same tactics
the Supreme
she applied
Karen,
to in
the
Florida
ultimate Karen.
were utilized in every single swing state.
The head of the
And
Karens.
now, she's mine. Now Karen is my killer. And I couldn't be more honored and grateful to have her overseeing my campaign and our efforts to flip District 21 red.
So some people were asking who exactly is Laura Loomer, and I understand that's kind of, maybe it's a little bit hard to remember Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer got kicked off of Twitter, and she got kicked off of Twitter for some pretty intense Islamophobia. She was, of course, trying to call out Louis Farrakhan, and she was saying some pretty horrible things I can't really repeat on this stream because the stream will get toasted. So yeah, she's a bit of a bigot to say the very least. She then started teaming up with Jacob Wohl, everyone's favorite darling child, the modern day Beethoven, I think as he's described, to produce the expose on Ilhan Omar, where they basically, and the clip I'm about to show you, it's not edited. It's not a Vic Berger. Like, Vic Berger is going to obviously pick the funniest parts, but Vic Berger didn't add the music in the background. This is like 100% them making this as hardcore as they can, where all they really did for the whole documentary is just go to people's homes and deliver pieces of paper. That was it. It's like 30 minutes long. That's the entire documentary, start to finish, is them delivering little parcels.
Are we rolling? All right, guys, Laura Loomer here. We are here in Minneapolis, Minnesota at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar's home about to serve her with a sworn affidavit swearing under penalty of perjury that she has never married any of her biological siblings. So let's go. The lights are on. The lights are on. Anybody home? Well, no answer. I guess we're just gonna have to go try her office, right?
This is their this is the music they decided to put it. This is them trying to make this as intense as possible, and it is.
Please ring, okay. In this hall. This one's completely, permanently shut. I don't know. It's 9:17. Should be open. I'm gonna call him. We're gonna call him here.
Sorry, extension number 612333127 didn't answer.
I'm at a loss here. The house that she lists on her disclosures is empty. Her office is shuttered. I don't know what to do. It appears she's an absentee congresswoman. A copy of our affidavit and we'll slide it under the door. I think that's really all we can do right now.
Okay, to be fair, I added 042 now. That was me. That was like that. I got a little cheeky near the end, but the rest of it is real. The rest of it is real and just as intense as you might have thought. So she speaks for a long. Wow, this is a long acceptance speech. Where does she go from? She goes from basically 26. Jesus. Oh man, almost 40 minutes.
Campaign for 4 cycles in a row. You know, and I guess it's just another coincidence that Lois Frankel owns stock in Comcast. Free speech is what makes the American dream possible. And this is the American dream.
Yes, it is.
At the root of so much of the deep dysfunction in our nation today is the damage done to free expression by authoritarianism from the progressive left in media, academia, in Silicon Valley. So much damage.
Like, I love that they have to scapegoat something, and so while Trump's in power and he controls most of the levers of power at the same time, the Republican Party, they're like, well, it's the deep state, of course, it's the global cabal, the elites, Silicon Valley, as well, and the progressive media, the progressive outlets like YouTube and Twitter, those super left wing, socialist corporations.
Our nation was founded on individual rights and liberties bestowed upon us by our Creator, not by our government or any elected with your reputations, but with your rights.
Like, this is one of the scarier things about these things actually becoming reality, though, is that like now we've got people like Laura Loomer on these big national stages. Like, if she gets further, she's going to be able to do TV interviews. She's going to be questioned. Ideally, it's a disaster. Ideally, she can like Sargon of Akkad, whatever seat she's running for. But at the same time, we're going to platform all of this unhinged nonsense.
Livelihoods too. Getting banned by Twitter and Facebook isn't just an inconvenience. It could mean the difference between life and death. During the Chinese coronavirus pandemic, it's on Twitter, where the president, our local sheriff's office, Governor Ron DeSantis, and other authorities shared information and advice. I think that Senator Cruz needs friends in Congress.
You can access all of that. You don't lose the ability to access Twitter. It's not like you can no longer see Twitter. You can check all those tweets. You're just not allowed to tweet yourself anymore. You lose your microphone, but you can still hear everyone else.
For decades now, powerful multinational technology companies have been in the business of designing products that insinuate their way into your most intimate feelings and relationships, and then they never let you go. Right up until they ban you for having the wrong political opinions, of course. Tonight, I'm community here.
I love that, like, right-wingers specifically, they're having such a hard time wrapping their head around the entire trans issue and misgendering people, and then they're like, it's not bigotry, I just want to say what I want to say all the time, so why am I not allowed to do that? And so then they get banned on these platforms, and they're like, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy against the right and my ability, my free speech. I should be allowed to do this.
When I take a morning walk along the beach, I know the faces that are smiling and waving at me. The local deputies know my name and the names of hundreds of other residents here. People here treat each other with respect. We raise our kids right. Where we live, it's a little glimpse into how the world used to be, when it was a kinder, happier place.
American dream. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
This sense of place is something that the rest of the world has lost. But here in Florida's 21st district, we still have it. And we've got to cherish it, and we have got to hold on to it. That means putting a stop to uncontrolled mass immigration that is rapidly changing America's demographic and electoral makeup, and always in the Democrats' favor, right? Imagine how that works. So I support President Trump in calling for an end to illegal immigration.
Yeah, woo. Oh, by the way, when she got kicked off Twitter, she handcuffed herself to the Twitter headquarters, and it was effing hilarious because she didn't actually block anyone. She just handcuffed herself to one door because she didn't want to actually get arrested because, again, she's craven. So it was just an abject embarrassment, and she had to stay there while they allowed people like Twitter was just like, yeah, no, we're not going to press charges. She can do that all she wants. She's not stopping anything in our day. Have fun. Oh, Infowars.
Hello, everybody. My name is Laura Loomer. And for those of you who were just introduced to me tonight, and for those of you who have been following me for a long time, I'm a conservative investor.
Wait, before we get the deep state, let's watch someone else's interpretation.
Let's pick up a phone call here. Here we go. So you saw Laura Loomer, and we will play video of this soon.
Why did I handcuff myself to both?
Why didn't you? So if you're just listening, we'll go back.
Pause it.
Handcuff yourself to both doors.
Whoops.
Why did I handcuff myself to both?
Why didn't you? They're still getting in and out.
Well,
She also, I totally forgot about that. She's putting all the World War II like emblematic like symbolism on her as if she's persecuted like they were in the Holocaust. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not trying to trap them inside the building. It's a fire hazard. You know, that's a fire hazard, of course. But the issue here is that Jack Dorsey thinks that by banning me as a Jewish conservative woman from pointing out Jew hatred, I was defending women, I was defending gay people, I was defending Jewish people from bigotry and from hatred, from homophobia, from anti-Semitism, and I got banned.
Do we have an example of maybe some of that wonderful humanitarian defense that Laura Loomer has blessed us with on Twitter back in the day? Here's one. Stefan Molyneux writes, over 2,000 migrants have died.
It was a simpler time. They're both gone now. Two blue check marks, I might add.
Crossing the Mediterranean so far this year. Presumably these are ones that are coming from Syria, maybe. I don't know when this was. This tweet was
again standing up for women, standing up for Jewish people, standing up for minorities. That's what she was doing.
From, and she wrote good. Period.
To our God, I'm Ra. We pray at your altar of awesomeness. To our monarch, Thomas Bone, you are the light that guides our path. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Stephen, Ninetails Cosmic Fox, Hans Josephin, and Poppy Nelson, we bow meekly for your pleasure. To our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Byte, Alexander Thaler, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Clement Chutzkoff, Guy Bear Games, Moss Beast, Political Puppy, Ali Menthol, Jimmy Big Nuts, Alan R., Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hates Cops, That's Solid Poon Man, and Bryn, we salute you. And to our many merchants and farmers, you have our undying love